Welcome. This
Hi.
is Card Salad. We are reviewing Flesh and Blood cards. It's day 11. Um,
Is it? Oh, wow.
it's day 11. Prism was revealed today on day 11 of the card reveals. So we have the fourth hero. So we're going to see her and I think pretty much just her cards today. There might be a generic or so in there or just like some light stuff. But anyway, so we're going to take a look at those. I am Justin. Below me is Mitch, and below him is Bill.
Yeah.
We're going to discuss the cards a little bit and try to place their strength level based on our whatever knowledge of the card game that we have and give them a 1 to 10 rating. Then we'll average the score for the card salad rating based on how strong we think they're going to be in Classic Constructed when the game comes out. And we may mention here or there if the card is like good in sealed. I wish we had enough time to really dive into the formats like Blitz, Constructed, Sealed, but we're mostly just focusing on Classic Constructed here. Anyways, let's jump into it. I am super excited to take a look at the Illusionist stuff. We got a surprise new hero archetype as the fourth slot. I was pretty convinced it was going to be mech or ranger, and they threw us a curveball and just put in another hero. Very unexpected. So here we have Prism, Sculptor of Arclight. 4 intellect, 40 health. Man, it really makes you look at like the heroes that got less health, like Kano. And you're like, wow, that guy got shafted because everyone else is like totally normal. I get it. He's doing.
But why would the
playing on
one
your
be
turn.
different and not the 7 others?
I don't know. Okay, she is a light illusionist hero, so we may see just regular illusionist at some point, or illusionist of some other talent. But she is specifically a light illusionist hero. Once per turn instant, pay 2 resources, banish a card from Prism's soul, create a Spectral Shield token. And the Spectral Shield token is an aura that if your hero would be dealt damage, instead destroy Spectral Shield and prevent one damage that source would deal. And that is not a choice. These are popped like rune chants when you attack. So I think she is actually very bad against Runeblade.
Yeah.
Because your Runeblade things are just gonna annihilate these Spectral Shields. So pay 2 once per turn and you get one of those. So that's kind of along the lines of the Arknight's Grasp of the Arknight. Pay 2. Basically, all it's ever used for is to, when you have 0 rune chants, you pay 2 and make a rune chant because it costs more for every rune chant you have. So like 0 is really the only time you're doing that. It's kind of along those lines. So I think this hero power is supplementary. It's like if you've got 2 to burn or you're just looking for a charge up turn, you use the hero power and create an extra Spectral Shield token. Seems a little expensive though for something. We should point out. Yeah, no, we already. Yeah. They're destroyed when you take damage. But seems like a very cool start. Kind of hard to put a score on her.
I think she's very good and very bad at the same time.
That is a great analysis, and you will see that going forward. Let's come back to her. Let's give her a strength score after we take a look at some of her cards to see what's happening.
We'll give her a strength score when we come back to her art score.
There's the token. There's her young version. 4 and 20. Nothing different. Iris of Reality. During your... It's an illusionist weapon. Orb. 2-handed.
2-handed orb.
It's a 2-handed floating orb, guys. During your action phase, illusionist auras you control are weapons with 4 attack and once per turn action, 3 resources, attack, go again. What do you think about that?
Oh, I was thinking it had some sort of cost to activate it, but it's just always during your action phase.
Yeah.
Yep, they are
Huh.
just.
Um,
So actually, that means if you're using this weapon and like wizard attacks you on your turn, your things don't pop because they're weapons.
no, they still have their effect. This doesn't replace their
Yeah,
effect.
I think their effect still stays.
Yeah.
Oh.
It would have to say
Your
your Illusionist
Oh,
ores
okay.
are instead.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh man, so that means wizard could kill your entire attack by firing back at you. He just fizzles out your attack and then probably hits you.
Wizard. Glad I don't see it. I don't know.
So
she's gonna have to have a lot of control to make any of this work.
That is the thing. And let's take a look at the straight up obvious scenario. You have 4 tokens and you want to just swing with them. You pitch your entire hand. You pitch 4 blues and you attack for 16 across 4 attacks. Is that good? That seems good.
There's no deck thinning going on with that at all. Which on one hand is, on the other hand, is actually pretty good. It's essentially you're just getting a new hand by attacking with everything.
And 4 damage is not convenient to block. A lot of stuff blocks for 2 or 3. So like,
and 4 attacks is not convenient to block.
Correct. Yeah, like if you want to block them all, they block with their whole hand. And if they don't want to take little chips of 1, they have to block with 2 cards for one of the swings. So I actually think this is really good if you were in that scenario. I think just because those cards are all going to go back in your deck and you can be in it for the long game. I mean, these tokens are defending you, and you could play the attrition game and run your opponent out of a deck because you just have these like tokens that you create and swing with them and do actually threaten a lot of damage. Meanwhile, you're just cycling your deck back in.
I think the note I would make is the other friend we have with high costing cards, Guardian, doesn't seem to see much play. And these are high cost.
Guardian
He's
is
not
actually
the worst.
leading. He has 3 wins towards being legend status. He is the highest win rate at large events. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe there's just enough ways around the cost.
I mean, I think overall you play a ton of blues in this deck, much like Guardian. I think it's a high cost, a high curve deck. And the more I think about it, pitching your whole hand and swinging four times for 16 damage is pretty good. It's very threatening. And
that is if you have 4.
That is right. And it all depends on how easy that is to set up. But that is a very scary scenario if you're receiving that. You're like, how am I going to manage blocking this? Am I going to take like 8 damage?
Imagine if they could get buffed.
And they can. We took a look at Glisten in the last video, so these could have, one of these.
Yeah, so you better go back and watch that video so that way you can understand the potential.
I think this card's pretty good.
I think it's certainly very interesting, and
yeah,
I mean the orb is what's making them weapons. So if we see a second illusionist weapon, you don't even do like it creates 2 totally different strategies. So this could just be.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to see a legendary weapon for Illusionist.
Majestic. Well, based on everyone else's weapons, I think it's gonna be Majestic. But yeah, so this isn't always the game plan for Illusionist if there's another weapon.
Yeah.
Kind
of hard to give it a score, really.
It is. It's very difficult to pinpoint where this is. I'm gonna just throw out
a backward 7.
Throw out an 8. I think because it seems like you're going to be able to really focus on creating tokens, and if you do have a turn like you just work on setting that up where you've got enough tokens to swing at them with these. I think these are just efficient because they're reusable, and like you attack with them, draw a new hand, and then they're still there to defend you on the next turn if you need them to absorb damage.
Yeah,
I think I'd give it a 6.
I'm at a 7. I'm gonna make the math easy.
Cool. Blinding Beam. 1 cost. Light instant. Common. Blinding Beam costs 1 less to play if it targets a shadow card. So it would be free against shadow cards. Target attacking or defending attack action card gets -3 attack. And this will be important to let's just
on a later keyword.
Yeah, let's take a look real quick at Phantasm. So her cards are going to have Phantasm, and if it is defended by a non-illusionist attack action card with 6 or more attack, you destroy it and the combat chain closes. So when you defend illusionist cards with 6 or more attack, as long as they're not opposing illusionist cards, it just destroys your attack. So Blinding Beam will be very important for when somebody does come to counter you, and you zap them for -3 so that your attack is not destroyed and you power through them.
Yeah.
It's also usable without that scenario. Like if you just don't want to take 3 damage, this is just a 3 block. It doesn't
it's free against shadow.
Yeah, it doesn't defend for 3, but it does defend for 3. But you have to pay 1. So it's more like
it's another way around dominate.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Which, I mean, we've given pretty high praise to in the past.
I like this card.
This might be an auto-include light card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think,
I think you're putting in both Bolton and Prism. A 9, yeah.
9. I really like it.
I just get progressively worse.
What?
Don't worry about it. Dreamweavers. Common illusionist equipment. Arms. 0 armor. Action. Destroy Dreamweavers. The next illusionist attack action card you play this turn loses and can't gain Phantasm. Go again. And it has Spell Void 1.
You're playing this card. That's all there is to it. I think you're playing this card.
We haven't seen what's probably going to be more illusionist arm equipment, but this is very good.
As of this current second, or was just when we're rating it, this is what you're playing. You're not even looking at anything else.
We could,
it's currently available.
For the legendary equipment, it could be legs, it could be chest, it could be head.
There could be a rare arm, though. I expect more than one option for arms, but for potentially everything. I don't know. It's kind of weird because she doesn't have any previous cards, so I hope they give her like more options than anyone else is getting in the set. But yeah, this could be a game finisher, just like to guarantee they don't destroy your Phantasm attack. You could throw a super big and buffed thing and then make it so it doesn't have Phantasm. Yeah, I mean, it's really good.
I like him as well. 9.
Yeah, 9. Yeah, it's a good card.
Beautiful card, too. Enigma Chimera. 2 cost. 8 attack.
8 for 2.
Common illusionist attack action. Block for 3. Yeah, let's just pay 2, do 8. The catch is Phantasm. If Enigma Chimera is defended by a non-illusionist attack action card with 6 or more attack, destroy Enigma Chimera and close the combat chain. So, 2 for 8. Pretty busted.
Big, splashy, potentially ruined easily, but good.
Yeah, if you're playing against Brute, playing against Guardian, you're playing against Ninja, you're probably gonna have a pretty good time. I don't know how much is in Ninja that has 6 attack or more. You're playing against Wizard, you're gonna have a really good time. uh,
Right, the wizard messes up your token play, but the wizard
mhm,
can do nothing against all of your
I'm
massive
assuming
attacks.
yeah.
I'm assuming if you're going a Phantasm Prism, you're going to use whatever other weapon they have. But I think if you're going to go orb token illusionist, you're going to be doing a lot of buffing rather than things like Phantasm. You might have a couple in there for that potential, like, oh, you thought I've been doing this, but boom, here's that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I could see them being totally different builds.
It's a 7, very vanilla.
Yeah, I mean, it really is a vanilla 2 for 8 in a sense with the downside.
But 2 for 8 is like totally nuts.
Yeah, if it didn't
Yeah,
have the
yeah.
downside, it's busted, you know?
Totally busted,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately, something like Command and Conquer, which is run in like everyone's deck, is 6 attack and can be blocked. People were pointing out that Art of War can buff the attack of your stuff, and it's an instant. And also, it can allow you to defend with stuff from your arsenal. So if you've put like a high attack thing in your arsenal for later, you could pop Art of War, or you could buff a 5 attack thing to 6 attack and block with it. But don't know how relevant that's going to be. But the point is that if Illusionist is big, lots of people tech 6 attack cards into their deck, right? And there's usable ones too that you want in your deck anyway. So yeah, well, and we'll see going forward. There are ways to handle your weakness, but yeah, it is a liability. All right,
This card's got a great name.
Phantasmaclasm.
I
3
like it.
cost for 9 damage. It is a majestic illusionist attack action with blocks for 3.
So
And
the thing about this one, I believe the effect pops before they get their defense.
yes,
So you got to do that. You can be like, oh, there's your only 6. It's gone.
exactly.
You do that, you look at their hand and go, oh, wow, there's only 6s.
It's all 6.
At that point, you're like, I wish I popped those gloves.
Let me see.
It's,
It's an action. It's an action.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Obviously, there's nothing you can do if you look at their hand and see more than one. But if I mean, it's good just to get data on their hand, and they're gonna defend. If they have a 6 attack card, they're gonna defend with it.
Yeah.
And
that guy's
they use
gonna
it
quit
anyway.
even more.
Yeah. The frontline scout guy.
Because you can look at their hand again.
Yeah.
You're an illusionist? Can't play this anymore.
I give up. I'm not letting you. Can't look at my hand. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I think even if worst case scenario, their hand is full of 6s or has 2 6s, you still get data on their hand. You're going to draw at the end of your turn, and they have to defend this.
Yeah.
I mean, this always pulls a 6 attack out of their hand at worst. Or they defense reaction with like
or a lot
staunch
more than that.
response or
Yeah.
Right. This is just an insane card. This is
This one's really good. Like
one's-
this is.
Yeah.
I don't.
Data on their hand and potentially removing the only way for them to destroy this and then forcing them to block with like 3 cards. I am honestly at a 10 on this. It's so disruptive.
I'm so in the middle, but I think it's a 10.
You even would run. Oh, it's a majestic. Never mind. You don't have other colors. I was gonna say.
Well, it would be like an 8 and a 7.
Yeah, you would.
Still, you're like, that's fine. Oh no, 3 for 7, and you get to disrupt their hand.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much really going for the class at the moment because it's a brand new class. So 100% an auto add into that deck. It's a 10.
Yeah, this is going for that class, that's for sure.
Yeah.
16.
Nice.
Also, what's that My Little Pony snake doing?
This?
My Little Pony
Up.
snake.
Yeah, that one right there.
The unicorn?
It looks like it's a bunch of snake heads off of one body to me, and that's
This
like
is
a little My Little Pony coming.
There's a wizard
A
over
wizard.
here.
Yeah. This will be a fun one to go over the art.
Oh, look, it's like a.
All right.
Oh, look, there's like
Yeah.
a bigger godlike thing pouring them out of like a pot or a pouch.
Yeah, it's really cool. I like it.
Phantasmify. 1 cost. Rare Illusionist action. Blocks for 2. The next attack action card you play this turn is Illusionist in addition to its other class types and gains +5 attack and Phantasm. So
Use
it
this on
becomes
belittle.
a 2 overall 2 cost 8 and then add
8.
3. Oh no, you can't add. The other one's an action, so it'd be a 1 cost 8 with Phantasm, 2 cost 8. Hey, we're just back to 2 for 8.
Yeah.
Um,
This is good.
the potential here is crazy. So I think you
Command
immediately
and
have
Conquer.
to. Yeah. Command and Conquer starts with 6. This is an 11 attack Command and Conquer that can't be defended with defense reactions from the arsenal.
So I'm just a little curious on this.
Bi-curious?
Yeah.
On
It
why
says-
it makes it an illusionist card?
In addition to its other class type.
So far, that's just wording to cover like generic.
Future.
Okay.
And potentially anything in the future. This is just setting this card up so that in the future, if somehow you can if you can mix illusionist classes, or if you have something like Shyana can only do
Yeah.
specialization cards, but if they print another hero or another version of her that can do just any
Mhm.
card or something like that, I don't know.
Okay.
It's there.
So I'm
to
starting to
cover
think
some
like
future
this is a
scenarios.
mixture of Shyana. And
That's
like,
what immediately I thought too. I was like, oh, can the illusionist use some other class cards? But this would also add illusionist to a light card. So it would be an illusionist light card, which we saw on one of those auras that we'll be talking about tomorrow is relevant.
Yes. Okay. That makes sense. I like it.
Okay.
I like this card.
Yeah, I
This
think everyone's
seems
mind
good.
immediately goes to Command and Conquer. That's just
Yeah.
anything. I think you have to immediately reevaluate the entire generic pool and go, what really good on hit effects are in here that I would like to add 5 damage to.
Yeah. Man. Rifting. If Rifting hits, you may play your next non-attack action card this turn as though it were an instant.
That's potentially, yeah, and it's already. I think Red
it's a
Rifting
5.
already has like
A 6.
Red is
Rifting
6.
is 6.
So yeah, you go 11 and then potentially threaten some kind of crazy play by playing your next one as an instant.
Crazy brew.
Ravenous Rabble.
Isn't Ravenous Rabble's just
I thought it was a
attack.
non-attack action card.
Are you saying like add it to
Reveal the top card of your deck. Ravenous Rabble gets -X, where X is the pitch value, but it's 0. Go again.
Yeah, but I mean that doesn't really. You just add 5 damage to it.
Yeah. So this makes it a
Yeah.
10 for 1. Go again.
That's the, oh my god.
Potentially at the worst a 7.
Yeah, that's actually that is pretty good.
Yeah, there's. I mean,
There's a lot.
in this handful of arc generic cards I have, there's plenty of ones where I'm like, these are way better all of a sudden.
Yeah, 1 to add 5 is crazy, but you do get the downside.
Promise of plenty.
So risky play.
Yeah.
Risky play.
We
Oh,
didn't.
We didn't. Just moving on. The potential is fantastic. 1 for +5 is
9.
9.
I hope this class doesn't fizzle just because tons of people just have too much 6 attack cards. That'd be really sad.
Yeah. Everyone's too afraid of it.
Prismatic Shield. So here we see some token support. 3 cost, rare illusionist instant. Create 3 spectral shield tokens. Very simple. 3 for 3.
That's pretty good.
That's good.
I feel this is a fantastic setup turn. You're gonna pitch a blue, play this. I mean, if you had 2 and you had 2 blues, you just generated 6 tokens. You're threatening a lot of defense and
You can do it on your
potentially
opponent's turn too.
weapons.
They're
Oh,
about to deal lethal. You
sure.
pop that. If for whatever reason all you needed is 1, 2, or 3, you just saved yourself.
Correct. It's basically an attack reaction for 3 defense. I mean,
I feel like that's cheap too. 3 for 3 when your
Well,
hero power
considering
is
it costs you 6 to make them with your hero power.
yeah.
it's half off.
Buy one get one.
I believe there is yellow and blue that creates 2 and 1. So 3 for 1, terrible. But you want blues in your deck, so you might put them in there. It's dangerous to run a bunch of reds in a deck that needs to pitch 3 constantly.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really know the power of the token build, so it's kind of hard to grade this. But I'm at an 8. It seems really good to get a 50% off discount on creating tokens. If you're playing the red one and like pitching the blue one.
I think I say 8 too.
I'm just an optimist.
Would you say 9? 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's free, so it's not really the same thing, but I run blue read the runes in my Runeblade deck.
Is that just create 1?
Yeah.
How much does it cost?
0.
Oh. That's
So
a
it's
little different.
but
broken.
I mean, read the runes red is 0 for 3, so
Busted.
real quick on that other one, Vigor Rush on the one before. It is 1 for 4 if you played a non-attack action card, so Phantasmify. Vigor Rush gains go again. So it is then a 2 for 9 go again with Phantasm.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of cheap attackers that aren't usually threatening, but like gaining go again or having go again already, and you're just like, yeah, you just chain together a couple of really great actions in a turn.
Right.
Spears
of Surreality.
Ooh, I would have said surrealty. Surreality sounds better. Sounds cooler. Surreality. Spears.
This seems strictly worse than all the other ones.
1 cost, 5 attack, illusionist attack action, 3 defense, phantasm. Go again.
The one strength it has is you're potentially trading a 5 attack for a 6 attack.
Unfortunately, it says down there, if it's destroyed, it does not have go again. So, oh man, all this phantasm makes me really nervous. But I don't know. 1 for 5, go again. I mean, we were just talking about like vanilla attackers that have high attack go again, and that was a 2-card combo. This you just do for 1 card. It's a low cost, so this helps in your deck when a lot of your stuff is costing 3, but like maybe you can fit this into one of your turns where you're paying 3 to make tokens or play Phantasmagasm or whatever. So this could go first and like hopefully doesn't get destroyed, and you go again, and then you throw a 9 at them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's gonna be hard to see where this stuff fits, but it is.
I'll break it 6.
Seth.
It's hard to tell if it's more valuable than it seems to force your opponent to block with a 6 attack card, because that's a 6 attack they can't use on you. Like against non-brute and non guardian, if they do have to use their command and conquer, I don't think you're upset that your turn ended with them losing command and conquer. 7. 8. I gave it an 8. It is a 7. And look at that. We're done already. Just a small handful of
Really, that was
Illusionist
it?
cards. Yep.
Pretty
Dang.
sure they're all getting 10s. That's all.
I am also I'm in total agreement.
Yeah.
We're gonna start with auto 2 10s, Mitch.
Just
count on
leave
this
it up
one?
there and go back, and we'll change it
Okay.
if we need to.
Yep. All right, we're gonna go back to.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Insane. Oh my
Mhm.
god.
I do like how that looks. Yep.
Incredible.
Oh,
But-
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
busted.
This card is
talk about this
beautiful.
one.
I'm gonna add
Look
a
at that
0
dude's
here.
face. Look at that dude's
Yeah.
face.
This
It's
guy right here
ripped
getting
open.
speared.
Yeah, I like the guy in the very corner, like that. Just,
He's like,
He's just
oh
a ghoul.
my.
He's like,
nah.
Why did I show up to work today?
Oh my god! Can you even believe this shit? Like, are you serious?
He's kind of looking at the guy behind him like, "You're screaming. You ain't. My face is burned off, dude."
Wait, what is
What's
this
wrong
guy?
with
This
you?
is just a regular guy. What's going on here?
But
The
yeah,
illusions only penetrate through 2 lines.
I like the god in the background pouring all these things out of a
Yeah,
sack.
that's a great detail there. That's fantastic, dude. I can't wait to get this in foil, rainbow foil.
Yeah. I can't remember what it's majestic.
It's
Yeah,
majestic, so it's gonna be
that's
tough.
gonna be a tough one.
But man, that's gonna, dude. If all of this like magic stuff over here is the foil, oh man, amazing. Look, it's like it's a chimera, man. Look at
Yeah.
it go. And then you can see the illusionist here.
Oh, yeah.
See, I already circled there. Dreamweavers, I love this. It's so clear.
Yeah.
It's so crystal clear. This is
Yeah,
fantastic.
that's a
And
beautiful artwork, and
Yeah.
it's on someone. It's being used. It's good.
yeah, it's so
Mhm.
good.
All right, that's not a 10. That's an 8 for me.
I'll give it a 9.
I think it looks nice, but yeah, it's not on the level of the. I'm at a
Who ruined our streak? How
9.
could you?
Alexander. I can't read the next one.
Alexander.
Mokov. Some Russian guy.
10.
I love the iris of reality.
That is gorgeous. That we talk about usage of color a lot. That's a good usage of color.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Prism, lover, 10 on the young
good.
art.
Mm-hmm.
Do we grade this?
Yeah.
It's a really cool token.
That might be the best looking token.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very
good.
The shadow summons are pretty dang good, but yeah.
They're not really tokens though. They're like they're allies.
They're a little different.
And dude, if I could give this more than
yeah.
a 10, dude, this is by far my favorite character art. Her card is just nuts.
It's so good.
That's a contender for perfect artwork right there.
Yeah, her character design is like the armor,
did
the
it?
floating headpiece here, the friggin' Livia Prima.
Thank you.
You
Thank you.
deserve a raise. I don't know how they pay artists.
And
but-
honestly, so as far as scoring her, I don't think in and of herself she is that strong.
I
only
agree
strong
with that.
because of the pool of cards that she's gonna bring with her. So I
Yeah.
think she's a 6.
It is a bit weird that you're like her hero power is like poopy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Her power level is irrelevant. You're just using her to access illusionist cards.
I mean, you're spending 2 to potentially deal 4 damage.
You have
And
to
I guess-
banish a
card from your
card
soul.
from a soul.
Okay. Yeah, true.
Wow, that makes me relook at that card where you make 3 tokens. I forgot you have to banish a card to do this and
Yeah.
pay 2 resources. That's
Hmm.
that's so expensive to block 1 damage.
Yeah. So I guess you're paying 2, and then you have to pay 3 for the weapons. So you're paying 5 in banishing to deal 4 damage.
Woo!
But you then can defend 1 damage with that.
Dude, that's Spell Void 1.
Yeah.
So it's not completely trash.
It's not. I would. That's why I gave it a 6. It's decent, but it's not great, especially comparatively. I mean, let's look at what? Oh, like just look at Chain, right? Or Bolton.
Their hero powers create their
Power's fucking
archetypes. Like
sick.
Yeah.
hers is like slightly synergistic with the token build.
Yeah, if you didn't have to banish a card, be pretty good.
Yeah, obviously Kano, Kano gets away with his being so expensive, so price isn't a problem. But the banishing the card and the cost, that's
I mean, I wish
relatively
Kano's
low.
wasn't so expensive.
Um,
I give it a 6 as well.
and if this wasn't a once per turn, if I could just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna create some tokens this turn, and I just pitch my whole hand and create a few tokens. But like, it's so limited. What'd you give it?
6.
I unfortunately, this is like the first hero power where I'm kind of questioning their design. Every other hero, you're like, okay, the hero power feeds into like this idea. Like, I understand what the hero wants to do and what I can do with it. And this is like supplemental tokens. You're like, this is literally the Arknight, that the legendary Arknight glove on a hero power, but kind of worse. Like, it doesn't get more expensive the more tokens you have, but you have to banish that card from your soul.
Yeah. I mean, we have yet to see all of her cards yet. Maybe the tokens that she make are going to end up being just like that powerful, and spending 2 and a card from your soul will end up being like, wow, that's actually like not that bad. But as of right now, yeah, that's a lot.
A lot for just such an underwhelming effect.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like, yeah, they really put the power in the class cards, and they were like, if we give her anything to create, like, even like pay 4, remove Phantasm from something, I feel like it's just too strong. So they were like, we'll just give her this like real kind of shitty power to balance out to not push the other cards over the edge.
hmm I mean, they had to have done a lot of play testing. They had to have done put a lot of time and effort into coming
Yeah.
up with that to be like everything else we tried was just a little too overpowered.
I, for the most part, trust their balancing. It's just
hmm
sad to see your hero be kind of like, meh.
And I hope we're wrong on that, honestly.
Like, if
Like,
they ever print another light illusionist hero, am I just gonna like? I love Prism, but any other power I can imagine is just better.
yeah.
And that'll wrap up this video. Let us know what you guys think down below. Let us know if you have a differing opinion on Prism's power, because I mean, we're all in kind of agreement. We had very similar scores that it's underwhelming, but maybe we're not seeing the full value of it. And obviously, we haven't seen all the cards, so we can't really make the full judgment on it. But comparatively to other heroes' hero powers, um, and I guess that does remind me that the base heroes have very, very good hero powers, so that they can remain good while these new like dual class things get printed.
hmm
So like, her hero power, Levia's hero power, Shane's is actually kind of busted. I mean, he does crazy things with it, but their hero powers are worse because they have more cards to access. The problem with here is that she doesn't have 3 sets of cards to access. She has the generics, but there's no illusionist cards she has access to up to this point. So they're going to need to print a lot of illusionist cards in this set, or a bunch more in the next couple sets, to catch her up to like where Light Warrior has access to all the busted warrior stuff. And you know, Brute and Runeblade have pools of cards to access as well. But she's so limited, and the hero power is bad. So right now, I'm a little worried about her power level on launch. But let us know what you guys think about that. We would love to hear anyone else else's input. And if you like the video, maybe give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more of our stuff. Got at least a handful more days of spoiler season. It is slowing down. This weekend, I believe there's like 2 or 3 days in a row. There's only like 3 cards. So
We're gonna have videos under like half an hour.
Dude, we'll have videos under like half a minute. Anyways,